welcome to Kickstarter Radio 102.4, and I'm your host, Lipstickpaddy, and welcome to This Week On, and we've got a great show coming up today. First of all, we're going to be looking at Kickstarter news, starting off with Frosthaven, looking at three things about it. One will be its record that it broken. Second will be its pre-order absolutely outrageous price for those that missed the Kickstarter. And also, will we get minis for Gloomhaven and Frosthaven? That'll be in the news. Also in the news, Kickstarter laying off 30% of its peeps that work there. What is going on? In fact, it's around 35%. Ouch. And also, a Kickstarter that is worthy of a news item is The Great Race, the Kickstarter of the week from last week. Oh my god, has its Kickstarter evolved into an incredible project? We'll tell you all about the miracle that's happened there in the news also. After the channel news, we'll be looking at the big four this week, and which one got Kickstarter of the week? Well, you'll have to wait for that, won't you? But the big four this week were Tapeworm, Steampunk Rally Fusion, Resident Evil 3, and The Hunters AD 2114. Ooh, yes, great four to pick from there. And also, in our channel news, we'll be talking about our audio equipment that we got in the end of this week that we're using now. Have you noticed anything different? Well, you'll find out what that is in the channel news, and we did go past another milestone for the channel, which you can find out in our channel news. All right, then let's go to our first thing, which is Kickstarter news. Well, Frosthaven finished up. Yes, it did, and it did break the record. It's the number one backed board game ever. It passed Kingdom Death Monster, so the new gauntlet for all companies now is the 12.9. You might as well say you've got to hit 13 million now to get the record, which is a staggering target. I mean, what companies out there could even get near that? Well, I think obvious for me is Kingdom Death Monster. I think if they do a 2.0, they could easily challenge this. And with Frosthaven's success, it's almost guaranteed there's going to be another something Haven, so a third part to this game. I wouldn't be surprised if that comes down the line in a couple of years, maybe 4 years down the line, maybe. That definitely has a chance of breaking it, of course. So it's between the two, I would argue. It'd be nice if a third one came out of the blue and challenged it, but heck. More surprises abound, though. The pre-order is already available if you missed the Kickstarter. How did you miss the Kickstarter? There's adverts everywhere. But if you did, you're going to be hit with a shocking surprise. Let's look at the pre-order. The shocking news is the Frosthaven pre-order is $130. This pre-order came up pretty much as soon as the Kickstarter ended, and the price went up by $30. Yep, you could have got the Kickstarter for $100, and it's gone up to $130 already in the pre-order, so shame on you if you missed it. Ouch. And did you buy a ticket at $1? I bet you're glad you did, because we are going to save $30 on it if we do commit to the pledge. So this is a little bit of a shock for me that it is doing this. So yeah, you should have put $1 in, I guess. Because even if you get the game, it's going to have a good resale value, I'd say, just selling it. So yeah, interesting here is they have all the other stuff in here, and including the Mystery Envelope X reward, which if you've yet to complete Gloomhaven, there's a part of the Gloomhaven campaign that you open Envelope X, and people were complaining about the components of what the contents of Envelope X had you doing. So this is to give you extra components that when you open your Envelope X in Gloomhaven, that it becomes extra special then. So this is pretty much something you're gonna need, isn't it? As for these options, by the way, I'm definitely gonna go with Frosthaven Solo, coin upgrade, removable stickers, and the envelope Yep, I'll get that because there will be a playthrough of Gloomhaven when, no, absolutely in the future. But yeah, there we go. What can I say? The Frosthaven is up for pre-order already, and it stinks that it jumped up by 130. I mean, come on, you could have given a 1 month's window for people to grace time to get it at the same cost as the Kickstarter. It does seem a little strange. Another thing that was strange just before the campaign ended, we got an update from Isaac, and he was talking about another campaign that was doing miniatures. We don't normally cover miniatures Kickstarters on the page, but I just want to link here just to add to the news of Frosthaven. So let's jump to that. Now, there's almost a little cross promotion going on here. These Blacklist miniatures, and it's done by the same people that did Altar Quest. If we look at Blacklist, they're probably more famous for Altar Quest here. And in fact, on the Blacklist miniatures here, there is a complete Altar Quest upgrade for minis. And I don't know why, but Isaac said if you come here and order these, that a lot of these minis will cover the enemies in Gloomhaven. But yeah, but can you not just ask Blacklist Games to come out with a Gloomhaven mini box? Because you're getting an absolute ton here, 200 minis for $65. If it was a Gloomhaven special box, Gloomhaven and Frosthaven, for example, you could easily sell it for $65 if it replaced all the standees. So yeah, get on at Isaac to produce a mini box. If it is Blacklist Games, because these minis look great, Isaac obviously approves them. He mentioned them. He's got contact with them, so why not bring out a fantasy series, Gloomhaven and Frosthaven, where it combines all of those minis? And you'll see on this page that there is a ton, even the oozes that are in Gloomhaven, which has all been part of its campaigns, these oozes. And it does big minis as well, not the best dragon mini that's out there, that's for sure. Check out Tenaris Adventures if you want to see dragon minis. Wow. But yes, please, let's see if we can get a pure miniature box to upgrade those damn standees out of Gloomhaven. And there is more in this pack, though. It's not just monsters that we can get here. We're talking also summons and also furniture. If we blast down this page, you'll see some fantastic furniture. Now, where are we? Massive amount of stretch goals here. Dear me, look at this. This definitely exploded. I am surprised who gets these. It's like role-playing peeps. Here we go. So nice door packs. These doors actually, like, they open, which on a hinge maybe is nice. And nice scenery pack here. So yeah, to get rid of your chits in Gloomhaven and Frosthaven coming and replace them with scenery, that would be great. So imagine a Frosthaven Gloomhaven box that had all your furniture to get rid of those chits and all the standees replaced by minis. Then, Bob's your uncle. You'd be all over this. Let's hope this year we can see this happen, because it is going to be a big thing if it happens. You can see they are doing Altar Quest specific stuff to the standees. So just imagine if this was a Gloomhaven special. So yeah, there we go. It's certainly a news item. So if you're on the Frosthaven campaign, please get on at Isaac to contact Blacklist Games to produce a pure Gloomhaven Frosthaven box with all the furniture to remove all the things. Because if you look at any photos of Gloomhaven with furniture and 3D components, it just looks that much more immersive and gives it the wow factor. So yeah, there we go. Alright, on to our next news item. Now, our next news item comes from something that happened in April. I've been sitting on this news item for a bit, but it doesn't seem to have brought anything new to the table. but it's talking about layoffs imminent at Kickstarter as projects drop by 35%. So on the one hand, we've got board games that are making more money than any other year. We've got an absolute record breaker from Frosthaven, and they're still looking at dropping people from Kickstarter. It seems so unusual, doesn't it? Especially they're getting 15% of any project. So it says the number of projects on the site has dropped by 35%, but that is not a number. You need to tell us that the number of the total number of pledges has dropped. That is what brings you the money, not the number of projects. So it is very strange that they're laying people off at a time of profit. This looks like something we've seen in the video game industry when a company's done really well and then lays off staff just so it will affect the share price. So this is really, really weird. It really is that they're doing this. And incidentally, we've actually seen Kickstarter's upgrades to the main page this week. Let me just show you one of them. Just quickly go to one. This is an example of the update that came to Kickstarter this week, and this is looking at Strike Zone here. This is a game we're going to look at tomorrow's live show, by the way. If you look at the feed on your subscription, you'll see what games we are covering. This is going to be one of them. But essentially, on the right here, you can see that it comes down on its own like this. This has been the first update to Kickstarter, is that they've done this. So they're actually starting to update the Kickstarter, seeing as they were threatened with layoffs. I'd love to hear from someone who works at Kickstarter, tell me what's going on at the company. And we have contacted them to get some news about what's happening. So hopefully we'll have its own news article this week from us, but we'll find out. We still want to have here links here. So that goes like, can I go to the stretch goals, please? Just press this button and it goes down. Like, who's pressing these buttons to go to the story and risks and challenges? This is dead weight here. It would be so much better if it could say next stretch goal, please, bang, or go to shipping prices, bang, and you actually had useful links here, because these people, who's pressing risks and challenges to go down to the bottom? No one's pressing that. Nobody. I can tell you that straight out. No one's doing that. No one's doing that. Yeah, we'll check out this game. It's really cool, actually, although they don't do shipping outside of US and Canada, which is unfortunate, but we might see a second Kickstarter from them for worldwide. But we'll be covering this in our live show, so tune in for that tomorrow. But you've seen the news, Kickstarter's evolving, and we may get some more news once we get some feedback from the Kickstarter team. And yeah, so right, we'll go to the Big Four right after this important message from the station. Kickstarter Radio 102.4 does not stand still. It is constantly evolving. Our Saturday show has just been upgraded to the newest, skinniest version, where we only look at the games we covered in the week in a new, skinnier format. Also, our live show on Sunday has been trimmed off the fat too, and we look at games that we could not cover in the week that are full of promise too. And also, we will be covering all the interesting and cool games that are worth your attention, so it is worth subscribing to this channel just to see all that we offer. So why not subscribe and make this channel even better, as we have a ton of social stretch goals, so this channel gets bigger, better, and better for you, the viewer, that loves Kickstarters. So if you're bored of retail, this is the YouTube channel made for you. Now, The Great Race, we covered this just over a week ago, and it got Kickstarter of the Week for the stuff it was doing, but oh my god, this is going to be the Kickstarter of the year when it comes to surprising us of what the campaign is giving us, because number one, the pledge has remained at 65 for the all-in. Yet the all-in has become so much bigger. These minis you're looking at here have been removed. They all have unique standee mini. You'll see when we go down, we've got something unique. All the tokens have been upgraded. Even these circular tokens here will go down. They've even been updated as well. Coming soon to the stretch goals is going to be individual cars, which just blows my mind. More tiles have been given in the individual maps that's been given. The vehicle dashboards, if you look at the back of these, they have each of their countries with a unique setup, which I'll talk about as we go down to that. They've even been doing some stretch goals for the money to put historical figures on the money to do with automobile racing, which just blows my mind. This game is full of history. They've blown it out of the water by rule books. Eat your heart out. I mean, look at all these rule books for all these countries. I mean, what a community that's done this. Kazu Kabuta from Japan, what a hero to have done this. I've not seen a Japanese book before, and this is coming from a French company, so wow. Add-on is of course the solo mode, which is looking amazing. You can see now we've got the meeples of the lady here looking great. Again, this is historic, and when you play the solo mode, you're going to be up against this other vehicle here, the Renault Torpedo, and yeah, if you learn about that, it's not just a normal, it's amazing. It's 12 missions you're doing against this other guy, so it's really a race across continent against him. Now, these stretch goals were incredible. Let's just look at these. First of all, this dirty meeple here that screams retail chow bai, screen printed to the actual historical figure you're racing with from your country of choice. Next came your crew member with a unique ability. So, for example, here we've got the Italian. Well, this Italian man here, he was famous for being an engineer. So if you are the Italians, you can fix your car really better than anybody else because, hey, you're the hero, you're the mechanic, you're a star mechanic. So all of the historical figures are playing into the mechanics here in this powers upgrade, which is great. And when we go down here, it'll say like this increases complexity. You might speed up the game or slow it down. It'll tell you that. This one, the paddock, is really cool. You can see the other side of the your engine boards here, and they have the individual picture of the minis that will unlock later in the campaign, but they each have different statistics. So some cars might have a speed of 5, some might have a speed of 4, some might have a speed of 6, some might have a fuel of 4, a fuel of 5, a fuel of 6. So what it means is you've got asynchronous to the teams, which is wonderful. It really is. The suffragettes here, they also got the unlock of the individual power to the card, the individual sheet, and you can see on this one that the fuel is 7, so the women here were packing loads of fuel, but mechanically only had 4, but the strength of the engine 6, so really high on fuel for these peeps. So yeah, awesome sauce. Seasons coming in. This is fantastic. It comes with lots of weather effects happening to the game. So this is really opening up the experience. More cards are coming in, and you can get floods, landslides, mudslides, drought. Weather is interfering with everybody, and it makes the game come alive, more of a simulation. So, and it says here, if you plug this in, the season extension, the race becomes tougher, and only the best will cross the finish line. So, again, it's like a module, but it puts it close to a simulation, and I love this. I love this expansion. Postal's nice. You're going to pull out of a bag a cube, and you're going to be transporting it to a city. So it's potentially going to make you go from city to city. So you're not simply going from A to B to finish the race. You're actually going to go and visit cities on your way down on your journey. And why would you do that? Well, you're getting more money from these cubes, and the money that comes with the paddock expansion means that when you stop off at a city, you can actually buy a new engine in that city if you've got the moolah. So this paddock expansion merges in with the postal, because the postal is giving you money that you can then buy more engines or buy a better, buy more fuel cartons to extend your fuel gauge or whatever it is. Really, really cool. The social stretch goals were just giving us backgrounds to use on our phone or desktop. Not really engaging about that, really. But anyway, we got to see more coming in. A box here. These are the cubes. This is the money upgrade. You can see this is all great. We also got a new team. It's not adding an extra player. It's just adding more options, and it's the Swiss team is what we're getting here. And you can see the next stretch goals are beautiful. They are beautiful. I love that it's got a Mercedes car. And it's interesting we say Mercedes because Mercedes is German, and there is other nationalities coming in, but it'll be the Kickstarter in 2021 when there is going to be maps for every continent in the world, including the South Pole, which is frankly incredible. And we're going to get US teams in that, Canadian teams, German teams, and a lot more teams. So more history is coming, so it does look great. And what I also love about this is how short these stretch goals are. Look, they're all 1,000 euros. That's it. Just an extra 1,000 euros and we'll open it up. I mean, how amazing is this? These are like beautiful stretch goals because they're so realistic at getting. I mean, just it's so generous, these stretch goals, and look at how it's changing the game. The game is evolved into an absolute beast of a Kickstarter, and again the pledge level has not changed. And again, look, we're getting for the 60k. It's a big thing. For the 50k, it was a big thing. Extra things, box, different type of money, and all your player tokens here redone. You can see this nice one for the women. It's vote for women. The suffragettes you're playing, remember, so they were using the race to highlight the political campaign. You've got political tokens. I love it. Really, really cool. And yeah, so what more's coming out of this team? I don't know. When is it going to end, the amazing stretch goals that just seem to be blowing me over? So refreshing to get updates from the team. And if I can just peek you in, this is going beyond news item now, but if I can just take you into any of them, they have this daily gazette where it pulls you into the history of these races you're doing. So it is very close to a simulation, but also, but keeping it more of a, the history is there, but you can still play it like a family game if you wish. And again, it looks beautiful on the table. The great race. If you've not checked it out, please check our video of it. We absolutely fell in love with it, and it did get Kickstarter of the week. So it's certainly newsworthy to talk about this campaign, just because of how much it has changed. It's simply been astonishing. It really has. So there we go. The Big Four. The Kickstarter of the week. The Kickstarter of the week goes to Steampunk Rally Fusion. Oh yes, this is the sequel to Steampunk Rally, a Kickstarter from 5 years ago, and it's bringing 5 new mechanics to the game which completely change it out, and it does look epic, and it's even set a new precedence for how Kickstarters are, and a precedence that every single company needs to take into account. It's the fact that when it goes down and shows you images of the game, you can hit that and it opens out into a high definition window, so you can see how amazing the detail looks, because Kickstarter, my goodness, people are using GIFs at the minute, and you're getting low quality images of the board game and components, and it's just not up to snuff. And here at this team, at Roxley, they have fixed that issue. You can go and check out amazing high quality imagery of everything in this game, and it really sells the game. Oh my goodness, not just got Kickstarter week for that, even though it's a huge bonus. It's the fact they've made so many changes from the base game, and they're even offering the original game in for $20, which is a fantastic, phenomenal deal. You get an exclusive box as well, and what an amazing insert. Wow, it really is cool. And so yeah, the base can fit in here. My only complaint with it is bring out some event cards for the base game, and I'm going to be all in. So there we go, and all these dice that you're seeing in this video have been updated with Fusion as well. I mean, just talk about component upgrade. Oh my god, it is heaven what they've done to this game. Look, translucent dice here, the epically big Fusion dice that you're seeing here. Wow, just stunning. It is a standalone as well, so you can get the cheaper standalone, and it is it's a AAA game at a middleware price. It's like $50 for the standalone, and trust me, there's enough there to be happy. It's just a question of, can they pull something out the bag to update to the Atomic version, which includes the base game? Because if they do, that's me up in my pledge, because wow, look at this, another racing game. You've got the Great Race and Steampunk Rally Fusion, two amazing racing games this month. Just blew me out the water. I mean, incredible stuff. And they've both got me hook, line and sinker. So there we go. Look at this. Oh man, talk about luxury. And like I've been saying for years, Kickstarter is heaven. And in heaven, miracles are happening all the time. Look at this box for the Atomic Edition. Oh yeah, this has got Kickstarter exclusivity written all over it, and what a beauty. Kickstarter of the week, Steampunk Rally Fusion. From the good to the, look, what is this? This flew over my head. Like, what is going on here? Just looks like a game that was developed very quickly, just hand drew on a piece of paper, then like this, then scanned it in to a computer, and Bob's your uncle. Well, hey, we've made something super quick. Let's stick it on Kickstarter as a homebrew. Well, it's basically a simplified Dominoes. Dominoes has 6, 1 to 6. No, it doesn't, does it? It has 1 to 12 dominoes and 1 to 13 dominoes. Very complex compared to this one. This only has 4 things to actually tunnel around. So yeah, it works like very simplified dominoes. It is a child's game, yes. And the reason it's exploded on Kickstarter is because of the developer, who is the very, very famous guy with the beard here, with the glasses, who made The Binding of Isaac, one of the greatest indie games on the computer scene. And something coming from him, this is just why it's exploded. There is over like 8,000 backers on this campaign, and I scratch my head why. I really do. And stretch goals which are just pathetic. 1 card every 100,000. In our news, we looked at the Great Race, which is giving you a stretch goal for every 1,000. This is giving you 1 card every 100,000. It's incredible. Just, it's night and day between a great stretch goal campaign and this stretch goal campaign. It's really a joke. And also, check the shipping out for this game. It is offensive. I mean, if you think Command shipping is expensive, this one takes the biscuit, because I have not seen a high price to Mexico for such a small box in all my life. It is outrageous. And if you look at those stretch goals that are bringing the Kickstarter exclusive and the Kickstarter exclusive box, which looks worse than the retail box, you just pick this up at retail. It'll be coming to your Walmart. You'll get it on Amazon for free shipping. And dear me, why are you backing it? That's my question. Why? Here we go. Look at that. It's a beautiful box. The retail it is. There's the horrible Kickstarter exclusive. I don't care if it shines. It's one coat of pink. It's horrible. And yeah, it can take up a lot of space. And if you buy 2 copies of this, you do get enough to play with 6 players, and you need a giant table for that. It does come with power cards also, and it looks like the stretch goal cards are increasing complexity also. So that is Tapeworm. You can check out my video. It's a little bit comical in parts, but yeah, you might be interested in the game. And you can see here, he did design it for his niece here, who seems to be enjoying it. So so there you go. It's something he was going to do for years, and it's here on Kickstarter, and it's exploded. Tapeworm. Now, I'm glad to see Resident Evil 3, the board game, doing well. It's just gone over $500,000, so props to the team. It is a bit of a weak Kickstarter page for selling it. It really is. And a lot of the information is in links to the blog. So if you want to research Resident Evil 3, it's not just the Kickstarter page. You've actually got to go to the devs' links to the blog, where they really are talking more about the game. And it really is like all that stuff should be on their Kickstarter page, not hidden on their own blog page, because who in the world is going to go to your blog when they just come down the Kickstarter page to check it out? Well, I'm telling you now, if your first impressions are slammed by this game, please do persist and be patient, because what you'll discover is that this game does look really, really good, and it's certainly going to be like the best that this team have done. And they are a trusted team with Capcom. They have done games in the past. Check out their record, and minis certainly do look cool. There is a good scenarios, how it works, and some Kickstarter exclusive. Yes, good stretch goals, and it's looking really good. So yeah, check out Resident Evil 3. There's lots of research that you can get from the main page, and it's well worth digging for. Really, really cool. Now, the Hunters, AD 2114. This is one huge post-apocalyptic story game. It's a little bit RPG with branching storylines, and it does look to be a huge table hog. You've got using big tarot cards, and you're putting cards down for locations, a bit like Chronicles of Crime. You can go and visit these locations. Time progresses in here like Chronicles of Crime also, but the world is certainly grittier, and it's like, if you like Chronicles of Crime, this could be well up your, it could definitely interest you a lot more. And this also has combat on it, real combat, where you're taking your hero and you're going on a map, like a miniature map, and fighting. So it does have that going for it. Some criticisms over the game are that the storyline, when you play it into the late game, seems to fall apart a little bit, but that's completely that's each to their own. Everyone has their own opinion of how things go. There's a lot of people think it's frankly amazing though, and this is a second Kickstarter of it. So, and it's phenomenal. It really is very cool. It offers you a unique experience of post-apocalyptic world where the world has not gone to poo-poo quite yet. And look at how these cards work, how you upgrade your gun with extra stuff, lots of crafting, lots of locations to find, lots of people to speak to, and a ton of minis, and your home base that you can upgrade. It looks great. It does look wonderful. Please check out our video on the Hunters AD 2114. We did a sterling job covering this, and I hope you'll like it. So wow.
The next social stretch goal on KiS 102.4 is the 250 subscriber. Subscribe today and unlock new music that will change the music in all the videos in the future. You could be part of the evolution.
The channel news. Well, as of recording, we have 227 subscribers, so we're getting close to 250 for the stretch goal. So Ooh, getting exciting. And we've got 20,000 views. Woohoo! Yeah, we got above 20,000. Which is cool. It really is. Thank you so much if you've watched any of our content other than this one now. And if you're a subscriber, thank you so much. We hope you're enjoying all our content that we do. And yeah, it's been great. We will certainly continue. And if you've not noticed, in the last day, we did get an upgrade to our sound. We've got a professional setup now. We've got a Yeti Pro with the blue pop filter, so you shouldn't get any massive loud spikes from us anymore. So hopefully that has been fixed. It's been addressed now with our component upgrade, and yeah, we're trying to do things all for you, and we're trying to make this the damn best Kickstarter board game channel that there is. Oh yeah, baby. All right. Other than that brings you up to speed with the channel. We're just going to be going on as normal and all good. So I must thank you so much for tuning in. It is a pleasure to do this for you. And please share the news about the channel to your friends you play board games with and your friends online or family. And we give you great thanks again for supporting the channel. All right, this has been Kickstarter Radio 102.4. I'm your host, Lipstickpaddy. You take care, stay safe, and take care. And goodbye for now. So, bye-bye.